Okay, we're not at Tetzaveh in these pages. It's page 12, which is in the middle of Ace Tess. Excuse me. Okay. The last thing the Rebbe is explaining that l'cha'eram the Rebbe, the whole Maamar is explaining that the mile of Purim over Matan Torah is a love Mesiras Nefesh, and therefore that's the real level of Kosis, and that what Mordechai revealed within the Jews, and that caused them to reach a level greater than Matan Torah. But the Rebbe asked, l'cha'eram, the pasuk v'kibel ha'Yehudim etz asher chelu lasis, this they accepted willingly again. The culmination of Matan Torah was after the miracle happened, after Beis Haman was given to Esther, right? So l'chayre, then there's not Golus anymore. There was no Mesiras Nefesh, and yet that's what caused the Kabbalah. So the Rebbe explains there were two Kabbalahs. There was Kabbalah during the time of the Gezerah that the Friedrich Rebbe talks about in the Maamar, and there was a Kabbalah that the Eden accepted the Torah after the miracle happened. So what's the causes then? So why are they oppressed and so on? So he says, like the Gemara says, we're still in Golus by Achashverosh. So he says, even though the Jews have a good begashmius and beruchnius, right, there's no problem, especially then, Beis Haman Nasati Lester, nevertheless, the fact that they're still in Golus causes the Jews to be oppressed, and that level of causes caused also a higher level of Kabbalah Satira, even higher than the level of Mesiras Nefesh. Okay, that's what we're up to now. But the Inyan is like this. This, that the Eden are broken, why should a Jew be broken in Golus? Page 12. The fact that the Jews are broken from the mere fact that they're in Golus, here. From the mere fact that they're in Golus. Even though when it's good, Gashmis and Ruchnius, why are they oppressed? Why are they broken? Because the real will of every single Jew is that Elokus should be revealed in the world. What a Jew really wants is godliness revealed in the world. Va'ad, to the extent, Shezeh Gili Elokus, this revelation of Elokus, Negela Etzemitziyusei, touches his core and his essence. Therefore, Zeh Shebizman HaGolus, Eimeir Gili Elokus, K'may Shahayir Bizman HaBayis, this, that in the time of Golus, even if it's great, yeah, even after the story of Purim, Beis Haman Nosati Lester, they had everything good, Gashmis Ruchnius, but the Gemara says there are still slaves of Achashverosh. So the fact that there is no Elokus revealed, like it was in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, that bothers the Jew to the extent he becomes Kosis. Especially when you realize what Chazal say, what the Yerushalmi says, any Jew that the Beis HaMikdash is not built in his days, is considered as if it was destroyed in his days. For a very simple reason. Why are we in Golus? Because of the sins. The second the sins go off, there's no more Golus. We have a Beis HaMikdash. The fact that this generation, every generation, doesn't build the Beis HaMikdash, so therefore it's considered as if they destroyed it. Because if they would be proper without sins, the Beis HaMikdash should be again. From this itself, that there's no Gili Elokus all over the world, is that in ganzen zu tracing. He's all shooken up, which is the level of Kosis. Okay? So the Rebbe says, how do you have a level of Golus, of Kosis, in the time of Golus when everything is good, Begashmis and Beruchnius. He said what bothers the Jew is the fact that Elokus is not revealed like it was in the time of the Beis HaMikdash. And then he says even more. Even a Yid that's on a very lofty level. That by him is a revelation of Gilei Elokus. Like it was in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, like the Rebbe brings down in 47, but the Rebbe Patra brings down eventually in the name of the Alter Rebbe, that by Rashbi there was no Churban. That means by Rashbi, the level of Gilei Elokus that existed in the time of the Beis HaMikdash existed by him personally after the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. And so the Rebbe writes, even such a Jew, the fact that in the world at large this Gilui wasn't revealed, it comes out very simple that even by Rashbi, let's say, that there was no Churban, the fact though that there's no Elokus all over the world shows that in Rashbi himself it's also lacking. Why? Because Shagama Shamer Gili earns of a bligvul, because when the real earnings of is revealed, Gili hu b'chom, it's all over the place. The definition of bligvul, unlimited, means it's all over. Because if it's not all over, that's one place which is limited. In other words, the Gilei Elokus is limited because it's not all over. So even though by Rashbi personally it was there, but the fact that by the rest of the world it's not, and therefore, therefore even if there's one place, even an far out corner, where Elokus is not revealed, shows that even in the place where it is revealed, who Gili Mugbal, it's limited. So therefore the Rebbe writes that even a Jew that's on a very high madrega, the fact that in Golus, Elokus is not shining in the world at large, like it was in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, from that itself, a Jew is cautious. A Jew is oppressed. It's also understood. This is what the Alter Rebbe brings down. Even if there be one tzaddik in his generation doing tshuva, Mashiach would be here already. So he says, because through the page 13, through an ultimate level of tshuva, you bring down infinite Elokus. And the definition of Gili Elokus Ein Sof, means there isn't a place where it's not shining. Therefore, and therefore, from the mere fact that Elokus is not revealed all over the world, that means you can have a good begashmis, you can have a good beruchnis, you can have the level of Ishapcha. The Beis Haman was transformed to Esther and Mordechai, which is the highest possible Gili of Elokus to transformation. But the fact that Akata Avdid Achashverosh and they're still in Golus, that itself causes the Jew to be cautious. And that level of cautious that I was going to explain is even greater than the level of cautious and Mesiras Nefesh of Purim, of during the Gzeira of Purim.
Could it be that if one person could bring Shia?
That's what it says here.
But even most of us even don't feel that Gilui Elokim.
1 second. We're going to get there. Based on what's known, that the word Chayla, the Gematria Memtes, Chayla means sick, it equals 49. So it says, Gam Shemasig Memtes Shari Bina. Even if he understands the 49th level of Bina, that means he's almost there. Al Shachosale Shara Nun. He's missing Shara Nun, that he's alright, he's sick. That means even if there's a level of Elokus missing, the 50th level of Bina, that even Moshe Rabbeinu didn't get until he died. Yeah, even that level, a person is called Chayla. Because what's the ultimate goal of the Jew? That Mashiach should be, the Elokus should be revealed all over the place. The Yedua, Masha Kolsev at Tzemach Tzedek. It's known what the Tzemach Tzedek said and wrote. Shayanish Mereinu Rabbeinu was constantly heard from the Alter Rebbe. Ich will doch gar nicht. Ich will nicht dein Gan Eden. Ich will nicht dein Olam Haba. Ich will nicht mehr nicht that dich allein. The famous expression the Alter Rebbe used to say often. I don't want your Gan Eden. I don't want your Olam Haba. I want you. Vaidei Shayanish V'Loshen Zeh Mi'ad Min Azakim. And the fact that this was heard constantly from the Alter Rebbe. The period of Hoyanishma. When it said Hoyanishma means continuously. It wasn't every so often in strange times. It was constant. It was common in the Alter Rebbe's mouth to say such a thing. And he said, especially after the Tzemach Tzedek publicized it. Okay, the question is like this. Okay, the Alter Rebbe had an issue with it. What does it have to do with me? The Alter Rebbe said, I don't want God, I want you. I mean, I want the etzem, the atzmas. So he says, the fact that Tzemach Tzedek publicized it, that means, why are you hearing it? Because every Jew can reach that level. He says,
he opened the channel.
Yeah. That's neat in Yisrael. Just gives the ability, like the way the Rebbe explains the story, the famous story why the Rebbe Rashab came to Tzemach Tzedek. He said, why doesn't God, he cried, he said, why doesn't God appear to me? So he told me, a Jew, 99 years old, is willing to do a bris, he's worthy. So the Rebbe said, what do you learn from the story? That it's shaykh that a 5-year-old kid, what bothers him, to the extent that he cries, why Elokus is not revealed. Not why he doesn't have toys, not why he doesn't have food. What bothers him? Why Elokus is not revealed to him. So he says, this is shaykh to everybody else. That the primary will of the person should be Gilu Atmos. To such an extent, when you don't have this Gilui, or Mikosh came Bizmana Golus, that you don't even have the Gilui of the Beis HaMikdash, the cost of the person is a level of kosis. So the Rebbe is explaining there's a level of kosis that's the freedom kosis. Normally kosis means, like you said, Mesiras Nefesh. Oppressed. It goes, oppressed, depressed, whatever. All the presses. He davens either 3 or more if there's Musaf. Then when Mashiach comes, what is the Jew asking for? For Mashiach to come, there'll be Gilu Atzmus, and he says, the Zel who causes Lamor. That's the causes Lamor post Purim, Shaydei, when in the causes Mizeshenim Soim Begolus. From the mere fact that we're in Golus, Magiyim Lamor, you come to the level of Mor. Why? Kizeh Sharatz in the Chol Echad Mi Yisrael, Hu Gili Elukus. Because this, that the will of every single Jew is to have this Gili of Elokus. V'achas and the Gela, to the extent it touches his core, and therefore he's Nishbar v'Nitke. From in the fact of Golus, there's not this Yesh L'Yesh Gili Elokus, who mitzad etzam and Neshama. Where does this come from? From the essence of the Neshama, Shes Kashrus Elokus is Kashrus Atzmis. In other words, the Rebbe is saying, by the way, this is remarkable, if you think about it. The Rebbe said before that whatever the generation needs, that's what the Moshe Rabbeinu does, right? The Mordechai. See, the Rebbe was explaining, Mordechai, the generation needed Mesiras Nefesh, so that's what Mordechai gave it. The Friedrich Rebbe's generation needed Mesiras Nefesh in Russia, so that's what he gave it. That's what he gave. And he said, what was the costs in those years? The costs in those years were they were oppressed from the fact that there were mamis gzeiros against Eden, gashmis, ruchnias, there were hunger. I mean, everybody knows what was going on. There was mamish terrible things. Now the Rebbe is coming up with, and this is the Rebbe's thing. This now, that what is the causes of our generational chayr? It's good begashmi, it's good beruchnius. There's no gzeiros against Eden. Everything's fine. So the Rebbe, this is what the Mordechai of our generation is doing, bringing out the causes that a Jew should feel not complacent in Golus. That's what the Rebbe comes to, the whole thing about Mashiach, the whole thing of the Mashiach campaign. Yeah? That a Jew should want Mashiach. He shouldn't feel complacent in Golus. And that causes, the Rebbe is going to explain, is even a greater causes than the causes of Mesiras Nefesh. And this comes from, just like he said, Mesiras Nefesh comes from the Etzem and Neshama, this causes comes from the essence of the Neshama. The Rebbe is going to explain even a greater level of Etzem and Neshama than the Mesiras Nefesh stuff.
So rather, the Mesiras Nefesh is an external causes, and then this kind of causes of the Rebbe.
No, Mesiras Nefesh is also from the Etzem, but it's not as deep as this causes.
Yeah, but it's as a result from pressure from the outside. You have the
Correct. Correct.
Correct.
This is completely inside, completely from the essence. That's why it's greater. There's nothing forcing it but the person himself. That's the really Gili Etzem and Neshama.
I mean, so the fact that there's no Mashiach, that's forcing him. So it's not.
Nobody's coming out against him, not letting him keep Torah mitzvahs. Nobody's stopping Faket to even help you. To even help.
No, but the fact, you said the fact that Mashiach isn't here, that's what's bothering you.
I understand, but that's not an active thing that's stopping him from wanting to keep Torah mitzvahs, and therefore he has to fight it.
There's a lot of people who are internally cusses. They're depressed, they have anxiety, they have all that.
That's not just cause.
It means they're holier.
Yeah, exactly.
They need a shrink.
How do you-
It's not what the Rebbe is talking about.
A person can go from cusses to about the Geula and Gullus and it could lead to depression if they're so sad about it.
No.
Like that person who was saying on Nachem
Nachem.
on Tisha B'Av. Not on Tisha B'Av, on Lag BaOmer.
Yeah.
So it's a slippery slope. It's like a fine line that you're writing here, maybe. But usually the Rebbe says to be simcha.
There's not a state of simcha.
This is not a state of simcha?
No.
How?
How?
How come?
Because even tshuva is stated to simcha.
You have to have meritus.
Meritus brings simcha.
Is this Meritus?
This is kasis. It's probably deeper than meritus. But the point is that this brings a person to simcha because they know the avodah that they're doing, every mitzvah they do, it brings Mashiach closer. What they can accomplish.
So the Tetzaveh of this Torah should be, I do more mitzvahs, but simcha, with kavanah.
If it bothers me that Mashiach's not here, then what am I doing to bring Mashiach? That's the question. When the Rebbe says you have to live like a Mashiach, you have to live like Mashiach's here already, right? Because that's what's going to bring Mashiach. What does that mean? My whole life is to do things to bring Mashiach. Another mitzvah, what's the goal over here? In order for Mashiach to come. We said many times, Mashiach can come to somebody, knock on your door, and then you'll tell Mashiach, I'm sorry, you can't come in now. The house is messy. The brain is spiritually messy. Come back in an hour. Yeah? That's not exactly living a lifestyle Mashiach. Living a lifestyle Mashiach that 24/7, any given moment, Mashiach can knock on your brain and say, I'm here, can you let me in? We should be able to say, open the door and say, Bavakasha, we're ready for you. That's what the Rebbe meant. If the house has to be cleaned up, that means we're not living a Mashiach lifestyle. Okay, Yud. Yeshleimad. See, now he says like this. This mod of the neshama, hamizgal asadei yo'in causes mizashenim sa begolus, he nailis yaser. It's even higher than the mod of the neshama that comes from Mesiras Nefesh. The whole time until now, in the Maamar, the Rebbe is explaining that what's the mile of Purim over Matan Torah, the love of Mesiras Nefesh brings out causes, brings out the mod. The Rebbe says this causes of complacency and golus is even a greater level than the causes of Mesiras Nefesh. Why? It says like this. This, one of the reasons why Matan Torah was only the beginning. They only began to do. He says, this that the Yidden said Nasa v'nishma. By Matan Torah is mipnei, just in the page, Shekaf aleim harkigigis gilim u'mayla. It says like this. One of the reasons why Matan Torah was not as great as Purim, or why Purim is greater, is because by Matan Torah there was a side thing that made it happen. There's a gilim u'mayla, kaf aleim harkigigis. Hashem held a mountain over their head, right? Meaning, Chassidus explained, a gilui of Elokus Momayla, and that caused the Jews to say Nasa v'nishma. Like we said in the past, there are different opinions in Medrash and Taisis, and what came first, the mountain over the head or Nasa v'nishma. So Taisis learns in the Gemara that Nasa v'nishma was first. Therefore Taisis asks, if they already said Nasa v'nishma, why do you have to hold the mountain over the head? Other Midrashim and Kabbalah and Chassidus learn that well, the Rebbe explains both ways, but the Chassidus and Kabbalah learn that Kaf Aleim Hakigigis was first, and then the Jinn said Nasa v'nishma, but not Kaf Aleim Hakigigis forcing them do or die. Kaf Aleim Hakigigis is the level of Makifim, the Makif level over their heads, that great Gilui of Kaf Aleim Hakigis, which is the Makifim level, like a chuppah, that level stimulated them to say Nasa v'nishma. But that came from Gilui Momayla. He says, that came from themselves. It didn't come from a revelation of Elokus from above. If anything, there was pretty schwache revelation of Elokus in those days. Shamun and Yisrael mitzad zeh. Shanisham elamayla rei Elokus. The first level of Amunah that the Rebbe explained is because the neshama sees Elokus and it trickles down into the body. Amunah that comes from a reason is similar. Tagdimu nasi l'nishma batan teira mitzad gilui delamayla. So the Rebbe explains this Amunah, the first level of Amunah, because the neshama mazlayo chazi, the neshama sees Elokus. That's Gilui Mumaylo, because the Neshama sees Elokus, and that causes that the Neshama in the body, so that's similar to Matan Torah.
Is that on a lesser level? Because
yeah.
There's a reason to it.
Yeah, it's caused, like the Rebbe said before. There's a reason for it, so it has to be limited based on the reason and the cause. Anytime there's cause and effect, right. The effect only as much as the cause gives it. There should be Ma'achashvedish. And this and the days of Achashvedish. Hoyse kabal mitzad atzmam is kiyaz nizgala his kashrus balukus. Shamitzad etzem and neshama, it came from the essence of the neshama, his kashrus atzmi shamitzad etzem mitziyusam. This came from their very existence, not as a gilim umayla. And now the Rebbe explains like this. The Beprati says that God, even in the gilui of etzem and neshama, there's also two levels. Because the Rebbe explained before that the causes of Mesiras Nefesh is Etzem and Neshama, and the causes of complacency is Etzem and Neshama. But the Rebbe explained this is even greater. So the Rebbe says even in Gilui Etzem and Neshama there's two levels. Gilui Etzem and Neshama Inyan Mesiras Nefesh Shleimar, you could say, Shebenegel L'Koiches HaGaluyim, as far as the revealed powers, it's Kamei Davar Neisv is something additional. Let me, this is what the Rebbe will explain it. Like you see clearly by many people, when there was gzeiros against Torah mitzvahs, they had mamish, unbelievable mesiras nefesh. When they came to the free countries, and nikobam kolkach hamesiras nefesh yolam nekedem. L'chayda, if it's gilui etzem and neshama, it should be the same wherever you are. Should be the same wherever you are. We're going to stop here because this needs.